Hello, this is Dr. Leuman from A Visa Fresh Flavors. Today we will talk about NFTs, how you can make money from your art, and what we do at Visa on the field trying to be back in business. NFT is short for non-fungible token, which means they are unique and cannot be interchanged for another asset like it. Although NFTs have been around for a few years, their growth has skyrocketed in 2021. Due to the pandemic and lockdowns all over the world, many musicians, music producers, and DJs sought out additional revenue streams as they were prevented from performing live and therefore stripped of a major source of income. The lockdown and health policies affected directly to club owners, event organizers, graphic designers, technical crew. Thousands of families were affected and are still in trouble trying to bring income at home. NFT marketplaces provide artists with a platform to raise funds by offering fans unique experience, whether that be graphic visuals to complement musical compositions, or a digital ticket for a virtual event, or backstage footage only accessible for that purchase of NFTs. For the most, however, you are able to find the most popular NFTs for sale or auctions on online NFT marketplaces, which are Foundation, OpenSea, Rarible, NFTs, Stellar NFTs, and many more. The process is similar on other marketplaces. In a nutshell, all you need to do to buy an NFT is connect your crypto wallet, such as Trust Wallet or MetaMask, and then purchase the NFT you want, while paying using cryptocurrency for the transaction fees and the item itself. How do I mint my own NFT? To create an NFT, you first need to choose a blockchain network that suits your needs. Different blockchains are designed for different purposes, so choose the best one for your use case. Ethereum is the network that popularized NFTs as we know them. The ERC 721, Ethereum Request for Commons 721, is a non-fungible token standard that implements an API for tokens within smart contracts. It provides functionalities like to transfer tokens from one account to another, to get the current token balance of an account, to get the owner of a specific token and also the total supply of the token available on the network. Besides this, it also has some other functionalities like to approve that an amount of token from an account can be moved by a third-party account. If a smart contract implements the methods and events, it can be called an ERC 721, non-fungible token contract. And once deployed, it will be responsible to keep track of the created tokens on Ethereum. So everything was okay with Ethereum until the gas fee increases and seriously affects NFT marketplaces. After 3 years of using this protocol, we have seen the scaling issue now due to the spikes in gas prices. Some platforms have halted minting while gas is high, and other platforms see a major decline in activity. Increased gas prices have made quite a number of platforms resort to working on layer 2 solutions, while some others are considering moving to other blockchains, leaving the Ethereum network altogether. So why Stellar? Well, we need to be aware of the ISO 20022 standard that will replace SWIFT. The mandated switch to a data-rich payments standard is more than just a compliance exercise. It is paving the way for banks to build the future of cross-border payments. All cryptocurrencies that will not meet this standard will have huge problems. What I recommend is to adopt cryptos that are already in the ISO 20022 ecosystem, such as XRP, IOTA, XLM, Algo, XDC. And listen, we're talking about quantum financial system. Okay, go back to the NFTs and music. Music, unlike visual art, doesn't have a strong historical basis in the sort of sales NFTs encourage, with a single buyer paying top dollar for a single rarefied object. But in recent months, as widespread streaming has made it harder for many musicians to make money from their recordings, avant-garde of artists has experienced with artificial scarcity. The music market has always remained accessible to many, but the introduction of NFTs to the industry could create an artificial sense of scarcity. A song feature on your favorite playlist on Spotify sounds the same as its NFT audio file, but buyers receive a unique code and arguably a sense of status. Could the ability to purchase bragging rights provoke a lack of genuine musical appreciation? It's still early days for NFTs and music, but we will most likely see more big names jump on board. Artists have never felt more pressure to maintain an online presence. An NFT marketplace could give them the outlet to do so. We've seen the evolution of the music industry in the decline of physical media sales, followed by the rapid growth of streaming services. Is it now time for another gradual directional change into the world of NFTs? It's clear NFTs will provoke a consequential change to the music industry and transform the way listeners value music. But will this change damage our perception of music from art to assets? Let's start with publishing rights. By creating an NFT around publishing rights, they become not only verifiable, ownable, but also tradable. Once the song is released, the demand for these rights may go up as the song grows in popularity. Maybe the NFT changes owners, maybe it changes owners 100 times. The NFT could also theoretically be fractionalized, meaning it could be cut up into smaller pieces and sold to multiple owners. Maybe a fungible token is created that represents fractional ownerships of the NFT, enabled hundreds, thousands, millions of people to participate in the publishing rights of this one song. What happens when agreements that were once paper contracts turn to code? Suddenly the flow of rights and royalties becomes way more agile, flexible, malleable. Suddenly the options a creator has with ownership and therefore incentives tied to the success of their work approach near infinity. Digital copyrights. One of the most difficult parts of success for music artists in the day and age is being paid when your song is played or streamed. In the past few years, it has become easier than ever to illegally download or stream popular music, resulting in the entire music industry losing millions each year. What about goodies to our fans? Okay, now this is important. I'm talking about an intimate connection with the artist. The owners of these NFTs will also receive access to unreleased music, limited edition physical vinyl, or the top bidder will win the opportunity to create a custom song with the artist or meet the artist or the band in person. Electronic music artist Justin Blow, known as Thriller, has fetched 17 million in February 2021 from NFTs, helped in part by tokenized release of his 3-year-old album Ultraviolet, which grossed 11.6 million and briefly held the record for the highest price paid for a single NFT, 3.6 million. A record since broken by the artist's people. It's a way to monetize your fan base in a way that's never been possible, said Mr. Blow, who doesn't expect the exorbitant prices to last. I think this technology will definitely change the world, but I'm cautiously optimistic because no one really knows how to value this stuff. programmable perks for fans. Again, blockchain in the music industry will allow a closer relationship between artists and their fans. Blockchain offers artists the opportunity to give fans limited edition secret unlockable files pegged to NFT that can be programmed to be unlocked after X amount of streams or other artist interaction. Similar to how the resurgence of vinyl music attracted value, NFT music is scarce. Only the NFT owners or artists are eligible to access the file behind each release, allowing the artist to have complete control over the material engagement with fans. Tokenized merchandise. In September 2019, Warner Music invested in a blockchain-related project for the first time, the Flow. The Flow blockchain has been designed from the ground up with scalability and heavy traffic in mind by the same team behind other successful crypto applications. You might have heard of CryptoKitties. Dapper Labs have created a new full node architecture in the blockchain ecosystem, which promises to offer a faster and cheaper experience than that of Ethereum, which is inundated with congestion and high gas fees. This novel approach increases efficiency in the network without using any layer 2 or sharding solutions, whilst maintaining decentralization and security. Flow is designed as a platform for developers to create digital NFT merchandise, dApps games, and tokenized digital assets that power them. The Flow network is already being used by global brands such as the UFC and NBA creating digital collectibles. Warner Music has suggested ideas for limited edition tokenized digital memorabilia for some of their artists. Dapper Lab says, Bitcoin and Ethereum show how crypto can make the world of finance more open and transparent. Flow will do the same for consumers of entertainment and culture. Royalty payments. Another solution to a challenge faced by artists in the music industry today is the speed at which they receive their royalty payments. Currently, artists typically wait between 6 months to a year to receive royalty payments from streaming and distribution companies. With the use of blockchain and smart contracts, payment will be almost immediate with each stream, allowing artists to have the capital to invest further into their careers. Once again, a great feature using blockchain in the music industry is the shared ownership rights of the music, bringing liquidity to the music industry. Okay, let's check this platform called A-Node Music. It allows users to invest in music ownership rights of their favorite independent artist and profit from royalties. A great way to earn passive income. A-Node Music provides transparent records of music ownership rights for artists, publishers, or record labels on the blockchain, with rights being valued purely by supply and demand. Their goal is to unlock the hidden value in music for both investors and artists by creating a stock exchange platform for music investments. Artist commissions. One of the biggest game changers with the introduction of blockchain in the art industry and a huge benefit to the artist is to be able to receive a commission on every sale of their artwork, opposed to traditionally the artist making a one-off sale to someone who then makes profits on the artwork with future sales down the line. With the ability of smart contracts, it is now possible for it to be written in code, for artists to receive a commission with every sale of their NFT artwork. This can vary depending on the number of sales the artwork has. For example, 10% commission for the first sale, 20% commission for every sale their own. I put myself in my artworks 11% royalties. Okay, decentralized distribution. According to Digital Music News, more than 90% of artists go undiscovered, and those who do succeed often take home only 12% of the money the music industry makes. A disposition of blockchain technology is to remove unnecessary intermediaries, in this instance, record labels and distribution companies that can take up more than 80% of artists' profits. Phoenix platform is a one-stop shop for all artists and fan needs and requirements. Phoenix has both a mobile and web-based app that consolidates all the artists' social media platforms, a video and audio player to listen to their music, merchandise, interviews, and ticket sales for tours, all in one place. This is a truly efficient and novel approach. With this platform, artists and brands can view in-depth analytics of user engagement on their artist dashboard, alongside having access to a range of services, including marketing, social media, graphic design, tour itinerary services that can be paid for using their native Phoenix token. Most importantly, artists are paid fairly and receive around 87% profit for their streams and services. NFTs, digital concert tickets. As non-fungible tokens hold unique specific properties, this makes the standard a perfect use case for concert tickets. Digital concert tickets make for an easier buying experience from a fan's perspective and a smoother transition from the other side for the artists, compared to printing, selling, and posting physical concert tickets, or paying a company a small fortune to do it for you. Mintbase.io is arguably a great platform in terms of ease to create, mint, and sell NFTs in 3 short steps. First, you create a store, which is a smart contract of the NFT. Secondly, mint the amount you would like. And third, sell online on marketplaces, virtual reality, DeFi, or games. When the NFT is sold, your account will go up. What we do at Ibiza Fresh Flavors. We are looking for best practices and compliance in digital transformation by creating the EFF ecosystem, uniting local artists in one voice. With our technology partners, such as TrustBlock, Area 14, Ticketlinea, we're working on tokenized smart contracts between the agency, the artist, the promoter, organizer, and the fans and guests. We're also developing a ticketing system based on our own blockchain that guarantees the traceability, immutability, and security of the digital ticket document. So, we've got a radio show, marketplace, record label, private events, local handcraft market, booking services, audio studio, catering and rental services, and of course, our NFTs collection. As you will see, we're trying to gather the best providers in the island, supported also with the local government, in order to bring the music industry back again in business, and helping the artists, not only musicians, but technicians, painters, performers, visual artists, PRs, even chefs and catering staff, or ship captains. I mean, all the crew is on board. And we want to involve everyone with global solutions for local problems. Ibiza Fresh Flavor is a taste from Ibiza to the world. Do it locally with your own community and let the world know you. A new, decentralized world. Thank you for your time and have a great journey at Detroit Electronic Music Conference.